Now, I'm not saying that a healthy diet and good supplements can't help your gut. Of course, they can. But a lot of people are missing the single most important step in getting their gut health back. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that is and some steps you can take to fix it today. Because the gut is now recognized as a critical part of our whole body health. And I don't just mean whether your stomach feels good without bloating and pain and gas. What happens in the gut can affect our brains, the skin, our moods, our immune system, and even our cardiovascular health. We share a very delicate, important ecosystem with trillions of microbes that drive so much more than digestion alone. So why aren't these diets and these supplements and these cleanses and these gut protocols not working? The answer lies in chronic stress, high cortisol levels, and whether you have built a strong, energetic foundation. And in just a few minutes, you are going to understand why that matters and one simple thing that you can begin doing today to turn all of this around. My name is Scott Resnick. I'm a medical doctor, and I am making these YouTube videos to help you to cut through the noise and confusion of natural health and to help people regain energy and health without using conventional drugs. So, I had a patient once who came to my office and saw me after working with another provider in town. Now, she had undergone extensive gut testing, and she'd put on any number of expensive supplements. But in spite of taking some of the best probiotics that money could buy, she still wasn't feeling any better. So we added one simple, inexpensive test. And this was a 4-part salivary cortisol test. And this test showed significantly elevated cortisol throughout the entire day. Now, this changed the picture and our approach and her outcome. So why had this been missed? And why did finally addressing her stress physiology allow us to begin fixing her gut? So one of the great achievements of being human is the mind. But our big brains come with a cost because they allow us to generate a stress response to real danger, but also to thoughts and worries, anticipation and fear. In other words, we can trigger a full-blown physiological stress response with nothing more than our thoughts. So now how does this affect the gut? In times of stress, the body is built to prioritize survival. It shifts blood flow and energy to the muscles and the brain and the heart to make our escape or to survive the fight. It moves energy away from digestion and repair. So if you've just eaten lunch, a sandwich, and a tiger jumps out at you, your body is not going to prioritize digesting that sandwich. It would instead be focused on getting you the heck out of there. And that same biology still lives in us today. Cortisol changes the production of our stomach acid. This can be too high or too low, but never where it's supposed to be. It can reduce digestive enzyme output from the pancreas, decreasing our ability to digest our nutrients, and it can slow our gut motility, which means that food, waste, toxins, and other byproducts sit around longer than they should. But even more important than that is that over time, a persistent stress response can begin to break down the single cell barrier that separates the inside of our body from the entire outside world. Now, this is going to lead to more immune activation, more inflammation, and more autoimmunity. So in a chronic, stressed state, not only does our digestion stop working as well, but our body also loses its ability to maintain the very barriers that protect it. And too many people leave this out of their healing plan, which is why they're not getting better. Cortisol is foundational to the health system's pyramid. Balanced cortisol is so important for managing our energy stores. It works in concert with thyroid and insulin to regulate how the body produces, stores, and then utilizes our energetics. That foundation is super important because without good energy regulation, we will never heal the more complex overlying layers. Layers like our gut, our ability to detoxify, our brain, and our reproductive hormones. So, what is your cortisol pattern? For a limited time, I'm helping individuals just like you to measure and to manage their adrenal stress responses so they can get back on track for healing. We're going to work together to measure your cortisol patterns and to develop a plan to help you to begin feeling better. We're going to fix your gut, and the information for that is listed in the description below. So if you're tired of not feeling well, and especially if you've been struggling with apparently unrelated symptoms across multiple body systems, things like gut and sleep and mood and energy and weight, pain, inflammation, one of the smartest places to start is with a careful assessment of your stress hormones and your adrenal health. And if you want to understand why a 4-part salivary cortisol test matters so much, I'd recommend that you watch the next video, which is listed here.